We're here at Topanga Canyon, by day a beautiful swath of serenity in the Santa Monica Mountains, but by night home to intense UFO activity, angry Native American spirits, and terrifying unexplained creatures. Welcome to Eerie, California. Whoa, whoa.
We saw 3 UFOs. Discs, flying discs. They were following us above our car.
Oh my God. For more than 50 years, strange activity has been going on in the sky over Topanga Canyon. People have reported UFOs in the sky, hovering outside their homes, and chasing their cars down the winding canyon roads. Cars have been lifted, animals mutilated, and people abducted. There are so many reports, it seems as though there isn't a resident in the canyon who hasn't experienced something. The canyon is isolated, quiet, and dark. Just a few miles away, there's both a naval base and a mysterious underwater anomaly believed by conspiracy theorists to be an underground UFO base. The canyon is also within spitting distance of one of the country's largest metropolitan sprawls. According to UFO expert Preston Dennett, this is the perfect combination for a UFO hotspot.
What we usually have is a small community like Topanga Canyon, which at the time was about 8,000 to 10,000 residents, next to a very large population base. And what we have is a situation where Topanga Canyon's got a lot of wilderness in it, a surprising amount. It's one of the largest inner city state parks in the world, and people get lost there, have to be airlifted out. Some of the places are very inaccessible. It's a great place for these objects to have access to a large population base.
But also remain unseen. Incidentally, Topanga is the name given to the area by the Native American indigenous Tongva tribe. It means a place above. Santa Monica Mountains, Topanga Canyon, supposedly there are a ton of UFOs that whiz around this area. All sorts of different types. So flying saucers, cigar shapes, little ones, big ones, ones with lights, ones that are just completely metallic, egg shapes. They do everything from abduct people to lifting cars, something that's known as a car lift. Apparently people have had implants removed from their bodies after weird experiences here. People report missing time. One interesting thing is apparently the UFOs sometimes will chase vehicles, actually pursue them down the street and hover over them. And they hover outside people's houses. It's crazy. In the 90s, the early 90s, there was a huge UFO wave, which is what they call an increased period of activity. Since then, it hasn't been quite as active, but there are still UFOs reported pretty often. There's a couple things I want to try, like how to get the UFOs to show up, because obviously we're going to be sitting out here in the dark. We don't know if there are going to be UFOs.
And how are they going to see us if we're sitting in the dark?
Yeah, exactly. One of the common things with aliens and things that people report is that they don't speak. They don't communicate with voice. What they do is they communicate telepathically, apparently. And this is where my skepticism really kind of maxes out. But the idea is, if they are telepathic, if there are aliens and if they are telepathic and if that is all true, then what we should do to encourage them to come out while we're here is we should meditate for about 5 minutes and sort of open up our minds and transmit our thoughts and say that we are open to the experience, that we want to see UFOs, that we want them to come to us.
Meditation's good for you, right? Even if it brings aliens around?
Your mind thoughts.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, gosh,
You gotta be careful what you're thinking about, though.
So should we give it a try? Should we find a spot and sit and meditate?
Yeah, that sounds good.
So if we do see an alien, should I pull my knife out, or do you guys want to be peaceful? I'm gonna run away, so I don't know about you guys.
Yeah, well, if you're gonna run away, then we're not gonna have access to the knife. So peace is our only option at this point.
Do we close our eyes to meditate?
Well,
Yeah.
I think you do. Yeah, I think you do.
All right, I'm going to close my eyes. I'm going to meditate. So I guess the idea is we just think about where we are and what could possibly be out there. Think about how we want to see something and we want to open ourselves up to that experience.
This is going to sound very strange, officer. I'm almost embarrassed to discuss this over the telephone, except that my girlfriend was a witness. Did anyone call in and report anything strange happening in Topanga Canyon tonight or on? Either bathtubs and fish spiked put something in our wine, or we're hallucinating, because we saw something really weird tonight driving up to Topanga Canyon. Okay, what did you see? We saw 3 UFOs. Discs, flying discs, in the canyon. What did they look like? They were saucers. I mean, they were saucers. And then they were following us above our car. And then all of a sudden we stopped the car and we got out and we saw them. We watched them. And within, I'd say, 3 seconds, like a bat out of hell, they just went, they were gone. They went straight up in the air.
I'm going to put a compass right here and let's keep an eye on it. If it starts spinning, we know we're in trouble. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some pictures with the full spectrum camera. Normally it's something we use for like the ghost hunting, but it's great to be able to like see in the dark through the camera because it takes in infrared and ultraviolet light as well as the normal visible spectrum of light that we can see. We capture this image of a blurry light, but after analysing subsequent photos, we determine it's just a regular plane in the sky. It's amazing how dark the canyon is at night. I can see, like, you know, LA over there, but like looking at our immediate area, it's just black. It is so windy up here. No aliens yet. Where are you behind me? I like see you creeping around.
I was trying to come up really like quiet so I could scare you.
God, it's so weird like trying to get you in the shot because it's not a mirror.
I'm freaking myself out right now just looking at that.
Go and creep up. I'm gonna keep an eye on you.
No, oh my gosh, I don't want to see myself in the video later and this thing walking behind me. I'd be like, oh.
No, that's what happens at the next location.
No.
No, I'm kidding.
I don't want to go there.
Yeah, there's a really weird thing about like holding the camera like this. Like when we're in the Biltmore,
Oh,
and I was like holding the camera and I was like, I kind of don't want to see what's around me
yeah.
in that way, like creeping up on me. It's really, it makes you feel really vulnerable.
I see something reflective down there.
What?
Down there.
Where are you looking?
At the bottom, I see like a reflective something.
I don't know why I'm filming it. I can't see shit. I'll film you.
Oh, I do see something reflective and it's creeping me out. I can't tell if it's moving or if that's just my imagination.
We decide to investigate.
That scared me too.
What is it?
I don't know.
I'll go check it out.
It's just like a reflective thing?
Yeah. Sorry, I got it. Oh! Whoa, it's a balloon. Fucking hell.
Well, happy birthday.
Happy birthday. Oh!
That's pretty good. I was like, oh my god, it's an alien. They're shiny.
Like, it's moving. It's glowing. It's
Yeah.
glittering. What is happening? It's like you just pause because your brain is trying to figure out what it's seeing. Oh my god. We head to a trail supposedly haunted by Native American spirits. Because of the high winds on top of the mountain, we're unable to do an EVP session in which we listen back to audio recordings for hidden messages. However, we do have with us a detuned radio, what in paranormal circles is called a spirit box. The spirit box radio, which is a piece of equipment we use for our ghost hunts. And the idea is that it picks up just white noise, doesn't pick up any radio signals, it has its antenna taken out. And in ghost hunting, the idea is that it provides white noise for spirits to come through and manipulate to create voices. Could you shine your flashlight on this for me? There we go. Cool, that's good. So you can hear it just sort of creates like general white noise. As a sharp burst of static comes through on the radio, pay attention to the top right corner of the screen. At the exact moment the static comes through, there's a bright flash of light in the sky behind us. Is this simply a coincidence? Or if it is something more, what does it mean? You hear something?
Yeah, I heard that.
When we slow it down, it sounds like it's saying, "It's me."
Yeah, and I can't pick up them up there either.
No, it's just it's getting radio. It's scanning the radio bands. But it has no. I mean, see, it's not actually picking up any signal. It has no antenna.
I want that.
It's just making. And like what we'd listen for if we were ghost hunting, you'd listen for something a voice that carries over all these little sweeps. Like each little noise is a new frequency that it's scanning through. So if you get the same voice that appears on like multiple ones, you know it's definitely not radio, because it's sweeping. It's at like 150 milliseconds is the length of each sweep. That's why it sounds so choppy. But if you get like a whole word or a sentence or a few words that happen over like 3 or 4 or 5 different jumps, then that's like shouldn't be possible through radio. It's not exactly science though. Oops. Whoa. Okay, that was what I was talking about. That was the thing. Whoa. Whoa. You hear a voice?
Yeah, or something.
It's all like a guy's voice.
Yeah.
Like you keep hearing like a guy saying something. I was just about to turn this off and I swear I heard something say, "Hold on." Right after I hear this voice, we capture 2 strange anomalies on our camera, flitting past us in the darkness. We don't see them in the moment, we only discover them later when we're reviewing our footage. There's a theory in the world of ufology concerning rods, that what we are seeing here is evidence of alien or extra-dimensional creatures, or possibly very small UFOs. However, due to the way video interlacing works, this is actually just an optical illusion caused by nothing more than flying insects passing us in the darkness. You got yours on night vision?
Yep.
Really?
Really?
You see me?
Yeah.
What am I doing?
Sticking your tongue out,
Okay.
like a lizard.
Usually, we'd review our footage in between investigations. However, because of our remote location, we have to settle for a brief discussion of events so far. So, what have we seen so far?
Well, we have not seen aliens.
we have not seen any aliens so far. We have not seen any ghosts. We have not seen any unexplained creatures. We have not seen much of anything apart from a couple hikers, a centipede, and a lot of wind. We haven't really seen that, but
Yeah, and the most amazing shooting star I've ever seen.
really good shooting star.
Yeah.
We did see that. So far on my skepticism scale, I was pretty unskeptical coming into this. With ghosts, I'm a complete skeptic, or 90% skeptic. With UFOs, I don't know. I mean, I don't think we're alone in the universe. I think it's pretty improbable that we would be alone in the universe. An infinite amount of planets, there has to be life somewhere. So the idea that there are aliens makes perfect sense. Whether or not they're here is a completely different matter. I was sort of hoping that we would see something, but now being here, I don't know, I don't, it's not like there's a vibe or anything, but it just doesn't feel as real when you're out in the field. It doesn't feel like it's something that's going to happen. So the plan next is we're going to go back down the way we came, down through Topanga, so it's still part of this whole region. So again, UFO activity is a big thing up there, especially in like the middle of Topanga, maybe just because there are more people, there'll be more reports, but apparently it's quite active. And the thing about the area where we're going is that, and this sounds so cheesy, it's a Native American burial ground. So there are a lot of reports of hauntings. Also, strange creatures have been seen. Sheep-like animals, or animals like the size of sheep, but kind of with dog-like features, and giant fucking holes for eyes. Kind of weird. I don't know how I feel about all that stuff. Sounds a little far-fetched. But I figured we'd go check it out and see for ourselves. You ready? Cool. Let's do it. What do you think they're doing? What do you think their purpose is? If they're obviously showing themselves to people, following cars and things like that.
Right.
Why? Why are they here? What are they?
It's the million-dollar question.
We arrive at our second location, which for several reasons we cannot explicitly disclose. It's isolated, pitch dark, and more than a little unnerving.
Oh, I think, yeah, like down here.
It's like talking or something, right?
Yeah, just like a little bit. But it sounds like it's over that way.
Did you hear it?
I did. Yeah, it's sort of down in there.
We begin another session with the detuned radio, hoping to have more luck here. I get really disoriented when I can't hear. I get like really creeped out really easily.
Oh, yeah. No, that was nice.
Whoa.
It's not like-
Whoa!
That was weird. Oh, I see it again.
Yeah.
That's like a really heavy duty light. Well, it's almost like searchlight status.
I see something down there. Do you see that? See the light? Oh wait, there's a flash over there. There's like that constant light there, but then to the right there's like a little light that's moving. Or was moving. Oh, wait, no, it's up there. I just saw it dead across, that sort of orangey looking thing. Maybe it's car headlights as they turn a corner.
Maybe. I didn't know they were that bright though.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, there. Yeah, that's not a car shining up.
No, it's just one beam going upwards.
Although we can't be entirely sure what we're seeing, we can tell from its position that it's somewhere on the ground on the opposite side of the canyon. Whatever it is, it's not a UFO. Oh, should we continue? Ooh, what's that say? It sounds like a woman's voice, and immediately after this, we get the same word come through in a man's voice. Even I will admit that the chances of this being two stray radio signals coming through with the same word is incredibly low. We also get a pretty clear voice saying, "Help me." Although we couldn't make out some of the messages we received through the detuned radio, it was not an uneventful experiment. Hearing words and phrases come through on a radio that can't pick up a signal is not conclusive evidence of the paranormal, but it's certainly interesting, and it's worth experimenting with again in the future. We have one final scare before the night is through. But technically, what's that? Oh, movement. Aliens.
I didn't see anything.
I think it's just an alien. I think we're good. It's a car. It's a car.
Oh my god.
It's alright. It's a car.
I was like, oh my god, it hurts. I thought it hurt. I'm sorry.
No, I heard it too.
I thought it was like,
growl,
yeah. I was like, oh shit. I was like,
it's just that car.
well, now you guys know I'd push it out of the way.
Now you're back in the middle.
Topanga Canyon is wild and dark, a place of secrets and mystery. On this cold and windy night, we received several messages on our detuned radio and witnessed strange lights in the canyon. While we were able to debunk anomalies as reflected lights, flying insects, and an engine growl, we're classifying Topanga Canyon as certified strange.